You're now listening to the Listen Up Podcast.
Listen up. Listen up. Listen. Welcome back to the Listen Up Podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jamie, and this week we've got me, Nick, Jordan,
Young Money. I stay
And-
repping.
Yep. So that is reference because this week we're going to be covering The Carter 3 by the seminal album. I would say seminal album, probably from.
What does seminal mean?
Whatever seminal means. Yeah,
Seminal's like the biggest. I don't know what it legitimately means, but
Isn't it
at
like a
least the
school in
context
Florida?
clues that I've used and I use. It's not
got you.
Seminole. No, it's not the tribe from Florida or the weird. Dude, I don't know why FSU's not getting as much shit as the Redskins. Oh, well, okay. I know why they're not getting as much because one is
what'd
a
you say?
slur.
What was the
One
Washington
is a
football
slur
team called?
and much worse.
Say that again.
Dude, I just can't wait to hear people support the commies. That's fucking lit. Go from an NFL league where people got mad because people of color want rights in the U.S. And then fucking people support the commies now. That is so fucking funny to me. Simulation programmer getting a little too on the nose.
Relax, Elon.
But yeah,
fucking
I
hate
would
that
also
guy.
agree this is the biggest album.
Yeah,
technically.
probably. Like, this is the one that I remember from childhood because it was released in 2008. Really quick before we get into that album, if you want to keep up with the show, you can find us on Twitter at List Up Podcast, and we're on Instagram at Listen Up Pod. That's where we're going to make any announcements regarding the show or merch. Speaking of which, if you'd like to support the show, you can find merch at interestpointproductions.com or at the link tree on either of those socials. Yeah, so I know. Okay, I'll just say the normal one. So regarding the selection this week, Jordan, why did you choose The Carter 3 for us?
So I was already in like a Lil Wayne mood.
I was in a
I've been-
big Wayne mood.
Like, I don't know. I feel like his songs are always in my rotation, no matter what. I think he also just released a new old album. There's a lot of albums that a couple older artists have that have never been on Spotify because the streaming era wasn't around when they released them, and they had never gotten converted. Kind of like Chance's Acid Rap and 10 Day.
Right.
For a very long time, it was like the highest charting album on like SoundCloud, and like he basically was like carrying that out. But
Yeah, because Chance is the
like,
rapper, world-renowned SoundCloud rapper.
And like
it's
Mac
not
Miller's
wrong.
no, I know. Like I'm thinking about it. Like weirdly enough, I guess his things
Yeah, that
weren't
is
on mainstream
Right.
platforms. Which is kind
Because
of funny.
Acid
But I'm like,
Rap is really good.
no, it is. It is.
I'm pretty sure the only time
and-
I've ever used SoundCloud was to listen to Acid Rap for the first time, and then Austin's music.
Oh yeah,
That's what a lot of people do.
Mac Miller's
Fucking-
Faces.
yeah.
It was only on like
Mm-hmm.
like SoundCloud for a long time.
Yeah.
See, I
That's
didn't
really
get into
good.
him until it was other places.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I also been listening to that Lil Wayne album a little bit, and that's why I don't know. I was thinking of just a
The Carter
album,
12.
and I like the Carter 12. The Carter 5 is really good too. I like that one. But then I was like, okay, I'll just do the if we're gonna have Lil Wayne the second time, we're not gonna do the leak, which is actually I think it was I can't remember now if it was the Carter 4 leaks or the Carter 3 leaks. I'm pretty sure it was the Carter. Do you guys remember? Fuck, I can't remember.
Dog,
No idea.
no.
I can't remember. Anyways, it was one of those.
Which the
Hell
leak
no.
EP, which is what Jordan is referencing. For those who don't know, it was episode 61 of the podcast.
Yes.
And I think
okay.
So
The
far,
5
it's the
songs
only
on the
solo like proper project of Wayne we've done on the show.
The 5 songs on the EP were recorded by Lil Wayne during the Carter 3 sessions. So these were recorded and were leaked before this album. And
But then
because they were leaked, he just
they didn't put
released
them
a
on.
leaked album because they
If
got
he-
leaked.
If he had, I remember you talking about that when we did that episode.
Yeah.
Dude, if he had put those songs on this album would be like an hour and a half long.
Well, that's what it is. He made more
I was
songs.
surprised by how long this song was, or this album was.
Yeah. Me too a little bit.
I was like, damn, Jordan picked a fucking hour plus album.
I'm sorry.
I
But
think
like,
it also makes
I'm
sense.
not complaining. I just thought it was cool.
There's a common theme of him talking about shitting on people and shit in general on both
Yeah,
projects. I
I think he might have a
very
little. You think he might have a little shit kink?
I don't know. He
I
could.
hope
I mean,
not,
he is from Louisiana, so.
Jesus. But yeah,
You
so
never know what happens down there in the bayou.
Jamie,
down
on-
in the bayou, you give people steamers.
on the link or on the leak, I think those songs were gonna be on the album, like originally.
I can kind of
And
see
then
it
he
because
just-
like some of them fit with like the variety kind of vibe here.
Yeah, but then he released that as a separate
Right.
like EP or whatever, and then just made more songs to fit on this album. Like he was like,
Gotcha.
"Screw it, I'm just gonna make more songs."
So
'cause
did he
he
put out
releases
the
so
leak
much.
first? Did he kind of like
yes,
build
I'm pretty sure.
hype
I'm pretty sure he
using
built.
that?
I'm pretty
guess?
sure, yeah, because
I mean,
it says
that's just good marketing. Like,
it says the leak was released on 2007. This is 2000.
yeah. So that would have been probably just like in lieu of like lead singles.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Here's a
That's fine.
5-song EP. Not gonna reuse them.
Five
We're gonna
songs.
make
All
new
right,
songs.
guys, you fucked up this bag. I'm gonna steal it back. I'm taking it back.
No,
anyway.
literally, he was like, "Oh, all right, y'all gonna release my music? Whatever. We're just gonna
Bro.
y'all gonna leak it? All right.
Speaking of music to build hype, Hard Part 5.
whatever." Oh yeah,
Very good. Have you even listened to it, Jordan?
yeah. But yes, I watched the music video for it too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, dude. All right.
What, dude? It's
real.
Kendrick.
You're
It's
lying.
literally one song.
Nick's fucking. Nick is
I'm
legitimately gaslighting you.
Fuck you,
He's
man.
not. He's not doing that thing where people say, "Oh, stop gaslighting me," and it's just like, "Oh,
This
they're
is
just lying to
gaslighting?
you." Nick is gaslighting you. That it,
This is textbook gaslighting. Listener,
you're
beware.
crazy. Why are you acting so crazy? I would never lie to you. Stop being so crazy. You're hallucinating.
Why are you listening to your mom? She's crazy.
She doesn't
Jamie,
know what she's
you
talking
know
about.
I know what- you
You're acting
know
like
I
your mom.
want
You're
what's
both
best for you.
crazy. Your friends, they don't know. They don't know us.
Jamie, I was gonna ask
Crazy.
you, what did you initially think about this album? 'Cause wanna
I
know.
think that
Whoa,
I
whoa,
had
whoa,
an
whoa.
epiphany where
Whoa.
if you
I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad, but
it's not.
Lil
If
epiphany?
if you really like think of Lil Wayne and you're like, "Oh, he's
I don't.
the LeBron of rap and things like
which
that."
a lot of people do.
Right. I say, coming from a perspective of someone who I don't have any nostalgia tied to him because I didn't listen to him when we, like, when this was coming out, like when other people were.
I also have no nostalgia tied to him as well.
I mean, you'll see in the rating, but I appreciate the like kind of variety that Wayne brings because this is the first album I've really, like I forced myself to listen to it, because I wouldn't have otherwise. But like, I didn't hate every minute of it or anything like that. But I think
Speak
that
for
he is a
yourself.
very creative and talented. Like he's got really good writing for the most part. There were some songs that were hard passes, like knee-jerk reaction hard passes for me on this album.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. But I think that, so coming from not nostalgia, I still don't really like his delivery and vocal style. It's just not my cup of tea. But like his writing is very good. Like a lot of very clever lines. And like, I really appreciated the variety and creativeness because there are lots of different structures of songs. There's like, they just straight up, I'm just like bragging about, being a part of the game and stuff like that. But then there's other ones like Dr. Carter and shit like that, where it's like, okay, this is like a very
That was a
like
good ass song.
narrative structured, like compelling shit. But for the most part, I will say his hits are where I really hate his delivery. Like ones that I had never heard before, I actually liked more than these like ones that I knew him from. Like a Millie, I probably put it like half. If I were to rank every track on this album, I'd put it like
What?
halfway up.
That's crazy.
Because the best part is the beat. The best part is not him.
The beat is good, but I feel like he
And the-
bodies that beat as
low
well.
on
That part
when he, like-
bodies. Once again, you asked what I thought.
No, I
think
know.
that his
This
writing
is a-
and
this is
his
a conversation.
lyrics and
This is
his
a con-
bar structures are very
You're
good. But
using
I
too many
still-
words. Don't care anymore.
His
True.
bro, bitch ass wearing the Andy Schauf.
You're not
merch.
saying what we want to hear, so you're cut off.
Check it out.
You're
Check
cut
it out,
off.
Yeah,
listener. That's why I'm gaslighting this episode, because I'm wearing Andy Schauf merch.
Nick's,
Check it out.
Nick's calling you crazy and telling you your mom doesn't know what's best while listening to fucking clarinet. But yeah,
Listener beware.
So I just I will say I have this album. I do have a new appreciation in many ways for Wayne, and I mean I get why he is so revered, because I mean just the variety structure, like a lot of it is very cool and unique and shit, and there are some songs where he's featured on it where I think he has some of the best verses on it, like Forever by I don't even know if it, from whatever that movie soundtrack is, but it's got him, Ye, Eminem, and Drake on it.
Dude.
I think his part on there is really fucking good and it really stands out. And he was one of my favorite parts of the Genius remix on LSD that we did on this podcast.
But
Him on Hot Wind
Listening to
Blows
him
by Tyler.
for 3.5 or more minutes, I just can't. Most of the time, I don't fuck with it.
that's the thing. I feel like his style on Forever is very similar to this album.
It is. I mean, especially with the fucking Phone Home or whatever the fuck on this album.
Yeah. But
But
so it's just
but it's 45 seconds, not
I guess
3.5 minutes. So I
But
like.
then it's but if you like it and it goes longer, it's just
then
more
it wears on
content.
me. It's like how when you meet a person and you're like, I'm fine with
Too much
hanging
of a
out with
good
them
thing.
for an hour. I'm fine
Too
with
much
getting
of a
dinner
good
with them,
thing, bro.
but I don't want to
No sex for me,
like
please.
a-
That was enough. I think I'll pass.
I'm not saying romantically. I'm saying just purely
I'm
platonically.
100%. I'm
But
100%.
like an
We
old friend
know
that
of a
you
person
meet
who
for-
I very much had this, where I'm good for the first hour and then I was like, I never really think about people's fits, and the part that stands out from an extended interaction with them was how fucked up their fit was for me. It's
Like
that
their-
kind
like
of
their
thing where it's
clothes?
yeah.
I don't know who you're
in-
talking about.
No,
I also don't know who you're talking
I'm
about.
not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna say it on air. But it's
names.
But it's
Person's name is Zachary Murray. Zach, get your fits off.
yeah, the best man at my wedding, hour tops. Then I'm like,
Maybe
fuck it,
maybe
dude.
maybe bleep his last name. Maybe I shouldn't have said his last name. I
No,
don't know if
no,
we've said it
no,
on the show before.
because all of his socials, he uses his last name in it. I feel
That
like
is
once
true.
if you
Fair.
use your full name in your socials, and if it's
You're
out
doxing
there,
yourself.
yeah,
Yeah,
you've
I feel
already,
I feel
yeah. So yeah, no,
I'll send him a text. Let him know we told his address on air.
yeah, that's what we did. But yeah, so it's I like him because he kind of has the variety on that song, but I don't want to. But after that verse is done, and then it's another verse right after that, I'm just kind of I don't know. And maybe I'll get there because I had that with Pusha for a long time. I
Okay.
loved him on any Kanye song, and then just kind of never really enjoyed his other stuff. And then now Daytona's really good, and I really enjoy his new album and shit like that. So maybe I will get there with Wayne, but at least for now,
I got you.
This would have been my opinion for people like Pusha T, circa 2016. So
Okay.
who knows? But at least for now, I'm still very much in that camp.
We were still in high school in 2016.
We weren't even graduating high school. We were juniors in high school in 2016,
I know.
starting seniors.
Feel
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
different
sorry,
person. That's a good thing.
You're a different
many-
person
yes,
than
and
5 years ago, Nick. That's crazy.
And yes, I am eternally grateful for if 2016 me looked at me now, mustache, nose ring, nails painted. Since this is lots of tattoos, since this is a Lil Wayne episode, I'm sure my parents will not be listening. I got fucking the word "mommy" tattooed on my fucking my thigh.
Hot twist is they're gonna watch this episode. They're
I
gonna
mean,
be
I
like,
don't really care.
they're like, we'll brunch it for Jamie, and then they're gonna be like, mommy.
I don't really
Mommy-
care.
Close his
I-
laptop
I think
slowly.
it's more so. I think it's more so funny, but
Listening to podcast on your laptop.
I'll probably once it's fully healed, I'll probably fully tweet it just because I don't give a shit. I just think it's funny. It's just one of those things where like, it's kind of better for all parties if your parents don't like ask you why you got it, kind of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, so like 16-year-old me,
Because it's funny.
being like, yo, drinking and drugs are whack,
Hey, yo.
shit like that.
Pipe down on the marijuana, please, man.
Oh,
Not in the house of Christ, please.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, Bronx.
Oh, no, at 16, I had already, lost any semblance of faith. But yeah, very different now than it's a trip to think about. But yes, I would agree. Very different people. Yeah, Nick was actually blatantly racist in high school, so. That's not
He's
true.
joking,
I have to say,
by the way.
that's
As you
not
can
true.
tell by the wireframe glasses, no longer racist.
Right. That's growth. That's growth.
Yep.
No,
Completely a joke.
Nick was not blatantly
Completely a
racist
joke.
in 2016. I mean, when you come from a small town, you joke, but sometimes you still want to clarify. So,
You hear the accent?
when you hear the accent,
maybe if
you
you're-
gotta specify.
Maybe if you're not watching on video, first
don't
time
got an
listener,
accent.
you need a little clarification.
I do think what it would
I know
be
whenever
like
I
to
talk
jump
about
in.
I don't know what sheets,
Yeah.
gas station.
Hell yeah, brother.
Rolling down
I
the
do-
sheets to get me a pack of nabs.
I do
Pack of
wonder that
peanut
because
M&Ms.
I listen to a lot of podcasts, and there are ones that I come in, but I if I'm starting a new podcast, unless I literally know nothing about it, I always start at the beginning. Like I start at episode 1.
That's
and then build.
crazy. That's crazy. I'm not going to
You always
Beca-
start?
Unless it's like someone says like, oh, check out this episode. But then
Okay.
if I like it, for the most part, then I'll just start at the beginning and go through. Like,
See, that's difficult because I feel like a lot of podcasts, most podcasts, not all, but they're very topical. So I
have
can't.
found that I am in the vast minority.
Yeah,
with that
you are.
mindset for podcasts.
Because
Well,
I don't
well,
want to.
no, no,
I don't want
I
to listen to
completely-
the. What?
I completely get what you're saying because I'll like the way I find out about a new podcast is if someone that I like is on a podcast or
Right.
if someone recommends it to me.
But
And
then
like
if I
in
like
that, in
it-
that case, in that case I'll listen to like that episode, and if I like it, I'll scroll through, check out, and see if they have any other guests that I like, and might
Right.
add those episodes, listen to one or two. But I'll also listen to the beginning and
Yeah.
listen to at least like the first like maybe like 5 episodes because it's
Yeah.
interesting like seeing how it started, seeing where it came from.
Exactly.
But-
Like I mean, TMG was one where I've since Vine, I've really fucked with Cody and Noel, but I like kind of fell out of that, and I never really followed them like their YouTube shit, and then I started getting them recommended to me, and then I was like, I should check out the podcast, and then I did, and in the next like 8 months, I listened to 223 hour plus long episodes, listening to my other weekly rotations and lots of music. So. But then like I think the first podcast I did that with was Ear Biscuits, Rhett and Link's podcast, where I was like, well, I really like this, and I've kind of caught up on like the recent shit, but I still want to like, because that podcast is very different. It started out as just 2013 or whatever, them interviewing other YouTubers. So now it's like going back and listening to them like interview iJustine and talk about shit like where she was live streamed for 24 hours straight, or talk to like Ian and Anthony when they're first starting Smosh, or like young Jenna Marbles. And so now it's like a cool thing, but I like fully was going through and skipping like 10 or 15 at a time. And since then I kind of, some of the other ones like the Smartless podcast I do that with, where I listen to it if it's a good guest, but I don't just like grind it out. But like,
I got you.
but in my mind, for the most part, podcasts are a start to finish, because then I also enjoy like the inside jokes and the callbacks, hallmarks of comedy. So I do have that. Like that was a moment where I think about this podcast, and in my mind, you listen to it sequentially starting at like episode 9, because before that, you kind of skip those.
They need to be wiped. Need to be taken off the internet.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a ton of people go back and listen to them anyways. I could probably wipe them and no one would know, but I haven't, because
It would be for the betterment of society, of culture as a whole.
So, if you really want to hear us fucking talk track by track about a Willie Nelson album before we know what the fuck we're doing on
Don't.
shitty mics,
You don't
go
want
off for it.
You don't want to.
But I almost want to like erase the first 8 so that they can't, so that no one hears
We
that
did
and goes,
Pop
"Oh, this
Smoke
fucking
though.
sucks."
We did Meet the Woo.
We can redo that episode.
Okay, deal.
Yeah, I want to redo Peach Bit, Turn Blue, with redo Meet the Woo. What other one is worth salvaging from all that? Mechanical Bull. That's the thing. We did albums that we love.
We really cared about.
But we didn't know what the fuck we were doing yet. If only we knew. Hindsight, baby. That's what we do for episode 100. We just redo the first 10 episodes.
Honestly.
I'm taking off work one day. We're recording a marathon episode.
God, edit an 8-hour podcast. Fuck, I would.
Bro, 8? Try 12.
We keep saying we're gonna fucking plan out episode 100, but it's getting increasingly closer, and we haven't planned anything. But we'll do something.
Jordan, it's on you. All right, I'm making a playlist. Jamie's doing everything else.
Jordan playing episode 100.
I will.
But yeah, but so in my mind, you listen to things sequentially, and then there's just moments where I'm like, our podcast is the definition of I'm just gonna listen to an album that I know if I'm just gonna check it out.
Yeah.
And we make so many fucking references to like 2 or 3 weeks ago because for us it's like just how human conversation works. But for a listener who's just tuned in, they haven't heard Nick talk about being so pro women and equality. So if they hear me, I have to remind myself, if I make Nick sound racist, I have to actually specify that the accent is just deceiving. Yes. And shit like that. I've tried to do a better job of that, of being like, this is a funny bit. We've got our laugh. That was a lie.
Since we're not celebrities with a pre-established persona, it may be a gray area, but shouldn't be a gray area whether you're racist or not.
That should be a clear line in the sand. That should be a specified.
Let it be known on this episode 96. Am I correct? 96.
Correct. 96.
None of these podcast hosts are racist. Glad we can air that out.
We are all pro everybody.
Yes.
Yep.
What the fuck? Oh no! This ties into the album because of the last song on the album, which is by far the best song. I was about to say,
I knew this was gonna be Jamie's favorite. I knew it was gonna be Jamie's favorite. I was listening to this. I was like, this is gonna be Jamie's favorite.
It's got everything I love about this era of like Kanye centric. Oh, if you didn't know, Lil Wayne, very heavy ties to like Kanye, Jay-Z, all of that. Like, I feel like people who knew about the scene at that point do know that, but I don't know nowadays if people really know like Wayne's origin as much.
Honestly, I didn't know he was so tied to Kanye, but he talks about him like several times on this album.
Well, weren't him and Jay the people who like got him started? They like believed in him and kind of like were like, yo, we're gonna
Jay-Z
start your career. Yeah.
Jay-Z, way more Jay-Z than Wayne. I'm gonna be honest. Wayne was not even mentioned in the Kanye documentary either.
Well,
not mentioned once.
That's kind of crazy because I thought that like Ye kind of also, I know that Jay had a huge part in him like starting, but I thought Kanye did like a lot of shit too with him.
I don't know.
I've
never heard
I think it's just like a shitty person honking at their date to come outside.
I've never heard that, but maybe. I know Jay-Z had influence because Kanye produced a song for Jay-Z. That song went crazy.
Well, I mean, Kanye helped in Wayne's introduction, not the other way around. Jay started Kanye, and then Kanye and Jay. I mean, maybe I'm just blatantly just a dumbass.
I honestly don't know enough. I've never heard that, to be honest.
I always thought that like Wayne had heavy ties to both. I mean, and then Ye is mentioned multiple times on this album, as well as like the whole Mr. Carter shit. Obviously, that Jay, but
in what I can remember, most of it is what's it called? I think Lil Wayne is mostly self-made from the beginning. Now, Birdman, that's who helped him out.
Money executive, right?
That's who Lil Wayne credits a lot of his success to. And
He
like,
was a big
oh my
fan
gosh,
of the movie.
yeah, I know.
Big Michael
As soon as I
Keaton
said that,
I was about to say, was that Michael Keaton movie that was like
Yeah.
people were like sucking its dick? Was that around like
The-
King's Speech time in the film world?
dude, the
Little
best lyric,
Yeah.
I think one of the best lyrics ever that Wayne has done was motherfucking Birdman Jr. So he's calling himself like Birdman Jr.
Right.
because
Okay.
he's like his apprentice.
Right. Okay.
Motherfucking Birdman Jr. 11th grade.
Okay. So
I
he's a
always
junior in
like
high school.
because like
I like it.
Right.
And then Drake was popping. Anyways, sorry.
I
That's
don't know.
that's
He
from.
rhymed. He rhymed. What do you fucking rhyme on this album? that I
Yeah, let's
thought
start.
was
Let's start.
Just
start,
absolutely insane.
I wanna get into
Oh, he rhymed ballin' and toilet. So I thought that was a pretty good. I thought that was
What
a pretty
song was
good
that on?
couplet. It
There's a
was
lot of
one of the
lyrics on
other
this
ones I
album.
liked. No,
I
it
didn't
actually.
catch that.
We'll get into it. It's a song that I have furious contention with
Oh,
because of
Which
how
one is
good
that?
it could have been.
or
how-
you can save it. Or you can save it.
It was. I'll save it. But yeah, we can.
I know.
so
I know my
obviously-
favorite song on this album.
I want to know that too, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to know it
My
right this
favorite-
second.
I think my favorite overall was "Don't Get It," the last song we.
And is that
we'll-
because of the
Okay, yeah.
latter half of him also speaking on
honestly it's
issues?
kind of the whole thing?
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, does that add into it? Does that make it better?
Yes.
Okay. That's what.
There, for
I also
multiple
like-
reasons, the last half adds a lot to it for me.
Okay.
But so obviously, starting out with the album,
Yes. Three-peat.
Three-Peat and a Milli.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as the first time I heard this song, loved it.
this was the
Loved
song
this.
that I was like, "Yo, Ice JJ Fish on the fucking track, bro."
You think he sounds bad on this track?
I did, his delivery on this track is one of my least favorites on the album.
Dude, this
And
is
I'm
like
guys, that is like by far like that is a controversial opinion, and I get that. That's just I couldn't help it. That's just all I.
this intros the album perfectly for me.
I'm gonna feel like it sets up the
It's
album
good.
pretty well. I
Just
just don't
like-
like it.
And the beat builds really well because he like it's like it goes with the I'm on it, and then like he goes crazy on it, and it just like drops a little bit.
Yeah,
And he goes, run up in a person's house and shoot your grandmother up. That's like one of the first bars, and you're like, wow.
I don't give a motherfucker. Run up in the nigga house and shoot his grandmother up. What?
that
This
was
album's gonna be crazy.
See, that's the thing. Wayne, like I said, great lyricist, very funny, and also like just clever,
Yeah.
thoughtful lines. Like I feel like he is the most. Not the most. That's a very exaggerated thing. But he has like, he's one of those people where he can be very clever, very smart. Like just write some real fucking thinkers, and then he has other ones where it's just some of the funniest shit.
Yeah.
Like writing run up in someone's house and shoot their grandmother. That is objectively hilarious to hear in a rap song.
It is.
That's like a shit post of a lyric. That is so fucking funny to me.
That's a good way of putting it. He's like simultaneously.
It doesn't
can
take
be
himself too
hilarious
seriously.
and- Yeah.
Which I
yeah.
appreciate.
Sa-
Because that's
same with like
how I live life.
Like you don't hear it as much in Kendrick's later stuff, but he can also be like really funny and like
Yeah.
and like for free from
This
T-Pab.
dick ain't free.
like that whole delivery and like just so many things he says in that song are so funny.
Yeah. And then that juxtaposed with on the same album, like Mortal Man,
Yeah,
how much $1 cost.
and like you.
Yeah. So yes, I always appreciate
People
that level of
sleep.
like,
People sleep on those outro songs, man. Like your favorite song on this album. Don't Get It is what it's called, right?
Yeah.
And
Because-
like Mortal
because
Man,
if it's an
Mortal Man is like
album-
one of my favorite, like one of Kendrick's most underrated songs.
Yes, absolutely. Like it's the kind of thing because like Mortal Man is like an insane level of just everything coming together to a head, and like when you read a really good novel when you're in school and you do that like rising action climax resolution, like the entirety of T-Pab is rising action. And then Mortal Man is both the climax and resolution all in one. Like everything comes together for that song, and no one talks about it.
I feel like the climax is in like but
Okay, well, from a story, like from where I'm compelled on, and like my favorite song on Good Kid, Mad City, "Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst," without like if I'm gonna queue up shit, no, but if I'm gonna listen to the album as an art piece,
You're not queuing up the 12-minute Kendrick song? Interesting.
I'm not. But if I'm queuing up the album, that's the part that like moves me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
Absolutely,
Mortal Man
yeah.
is very much the same thing.
But like Mortal Man and like Last Call by Kanye,
Yeah.
even excluding like the 8-minute spoken outros, they're
Last Call
both
is good.
incredible songs.
Yes. But yeah, and so
And like
that's,
God is Fair, Sexy Nasty from
God
the
is Fair,
Divine
Sexy,
Feminine.
Nasty. Yeah.
Like excluding his grandma's outro.
His grandma sounds
great
like
song.
the woman who was old Murph in Interstellar.
Jessica Chastain?
No.
No, you're talking about old Murph.
Yeah, old.
Okay.
Old.
Yeah.
Like she's
actual,
elderly.
Yeah, Grandma Murph, yeah.
I swear I had to look it up because I was like, I know someone says this. I couldn't remember that it was his grandma. And then once I heard that, I was like, I mean, I wasn't sober, but I was like, yeah, I'm about to fucking cry hearing her narrate this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like outros are severely overlooked in the rap world, I think. Well, it depends on what you listen for, but from a like, I want to listen to an art piece, I feel like outros are not talked about enough.
Yeah.
Like when they're done really well.
I also wait. What? Sorry. What?
I was gonna say, what was Nick's favorite song?
You want to get into it now, or you want me to?
No. I still.
Okay, we can. Okay. This is Jordan's album. He can lead the show, even though we've been fucking steamrolling him.
I do like more metaphors in this too. Like when he says, "You gonna need a space shuttle or a ladder that's forever." Like, love that lyric. The ladder that's forever. I don't know. I just like, like I feel like okay, Jamie. I know you don't like the way this like. I don't know. The way it flows and the way he speaks is so good. Like I feel like he's on every single beat. Like the. Don't you ever
just
fix your
wait,
lips
we'll
up
get
unless you
into
about
some
to
of my
suck my...
contention with a song later for how not on beat some shit is. But for the most part, yes,
but like,
he's a talented person.
No, I know. I'm
he
just
does.
I'm just saying what I like too. I like the where he goes. He's following the beat very nicely when he goes like, "Don't you ever fix your lips up unless you about to suck my dick, bitch." And then he kind of like goes into like the next. I know it's very explicit, but like. And he goes, swallow my words, taste my thoughts, and if it's too nasty, spit it back at me. It's
like
so
it is so
funny.
clever, but holy shit, I hate hearing him say that.
You hate it, dude? It's so good.
I mean, once the writing is good and it's clever wordplay, but goddamn, I don't want to hear talk about cum. Okay, I don't want to hear those two things.
Oh,
like,
but indie bands can talk about it. Indie bands can talk.
I don't listen to indie. Well, actually, the other week I realized August by Flip Turn might be like horrifically explicit, kind of like Sweater Weather, where it's like disguised under the indie rock vibe. You don't realize it's like, oh, this is just like softcore porn in audio format. But see, and I'm fine with like, I like it when like The Weeknd does it.
See,
that might be the horniest music that
it's like
I still really enjoy. But like hearing Wayne say things that should be sexy, just nails on a chalkboard.
Nah, dude,
ejector seat,
man. You're just a hater. But I think one of the best lyrics in this album. I'm the most
hater on the planet right now.
Nick, tell me which lyric is the best in this song and maybe in the album. Go ahead.
In 3-Peat?
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I don't really know.
I cannot believe you have this many notes.
He has something about shit in 3-Peat, right?
Yeah, but that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Probably. This dude loves
He said, play. Had to do this shit for my clique like my name was Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah. That was good.
that is still whenever I hear that bar.
Side note, that movie has no right to be that sad.
It was so sad. I did not expect it to be that sad when I first watched it. I bawled.
It's weird to watch Adam Sandler and then an hour and a half later you're like crying and throwing up.
Dude, an hour in, you're like, this is just kind of silly.
You're
and then it goes
existence and crying.
No, literally, it's like, wow, this is kind of fun. And then it's like
movie where he like uses a remote to like cause a kid to have pain, and a joke about a sound system blowing because it's a Bose. An hour later,
dude, that movie moves
Winkler in that blue and white tinted office.
Oh, Dude, after like an hour, that shit picks up instantly and does not stop. It's crazy. But
crazy movie. Adam Sandler, he blacked out in the fucking stew with that one. 100%.
But then I was gonna say the last note I have for this one is honestly I just love this album or this song, and then I like how he kind of reps like his mom. He's like, when I was 14, I told my mom that we would see better days, and sure enough, I did exactly what I'd say. And like
that is always like a heartfelt. I always enjoy that kind of thing. It's very emotionally evocative. When I was in the 3rd grade,
wait,
thought that I was gay.
I said I would buy my mom a house.
No,
and now I did
Macklemore.
But Wings by Macklemore on that album. That one hits.
No Macklemore talk. Back to
no
Wings.
Macklemore talk. Let's move on. So how do you guys?
I will always have Macklemore. Multiple
Back to
reasons
Wayne.
on this
Back to
album
Wayne.
I could
Turn
bring
it
up.
off.
You guys are just haters.
Mr. Carter.
I bet your favorite album by him
feature-
is Marmalade.
Feature with Jay-Z because they both have the last name Carter,
Yeah,
which is
and
kind of
Jay-Z
funny.
had the best feature on the. He had the best part of the song. I think was Jay.
I never realized that until this song.
Yeah, I know. I also didn't realize it until the song either, which is like funny to me because I was like, why is this called Mr. Carter? And then they're both named Mr. Carter, which is hilarious.
But I'm the hater. I'm the hater here.
Listen, I don't listen to Lil Wayne or Jay-Z ever. So.
True.
Over.
Stop
I
it, dude.
think I'm the one person on the planet who knows like 2 or 3 songs from that 444 album that Jay-Z did.
Yeah, you probably are.
I don't know anything from that album.
Yeah, because like
Wasn't there like
444.
a follow up? Because like to Lemonade, where he got called out for cheating or some shit.
Yeah, that was his simp album where he was like,
How do
he was
you?
like,
How do
Beyonce,
you?
I'm sorry.
How you gonna look like Jay-Z? Be
Girls are attracted
married,
to power.
Be
That's what it
married to Beyonce, and still cheat.
I'm not excusing it at all. That's the
cheating-
dumbest thing ever.
I don't get
but-
cheating anyways, but how do you cheat on like Beyonce?
Yeah, bro. That's kind of you kind of fumble there, buddy.
That was so
It's like
funny
when-
whenever
that's like when
the
there was the
ASAP
rumor
Rocky.
about ASAP. Yeah, the rumor, and I was like, Rocky fumbled the fucking bag with this one, dog.
Yeah. And
then
then
but then it
a day
wasn't
later, it was like, oh wait, no, someone just lied.
Yeah. Someone built like Rihanna, personality like Rihanna, and released a song S&M, and like that, and I'm like like Rocky,
Rocky, buddy.
and then it was
Rocky,
a lie,
buddy, buddy.
and I was like, okay, well that makes more sense
But
because that would be the ultimate bag fumble, or one of the ultimate bag fumbles, I think.
while she's carrying her baby too, dude, that's not a good. But it wasn't true. Also, but Mr. Carter, dude, comes in with the, I want to be big, not in the sense of weight, but like colossal. You know what I'm saying? But like.
Yo, Jordan Imp, this right here is crazy. I feel big, you know what I mean? Like not big in the sense of weight, you know what I mean? Like gaining weight or nothing like that, like colossal, like, you know what I mean? Like, I heard you were looking for me.
And he
I
kinda huffs and
understand that
puffs
was
it.
supposed to be like a relatable thing. I just thought it was a little weird.
I don't
It
even.
kinda, like, took me
I
out
don't
of
even
it,
think it's
out
supposed to be
of it.
relatable. I still to this day don't really know what it means because
I feel like it was supposed to be a joke,
just
and for
funny.
me, it just did not land.
Dude, to me, I honestly think he wasn't even trying to land a joke. He's just like
just trying
talking
to
out his
specify,
ass.
like,
No, not. See, I don't even know what it is. Like
Yeah.
I want to say it's a joke, but the way he says it, I feel like he's not joking, but also
Listen,
I don't
Jamie,
know.
he thinks bigger than us. Okay, we can't
Right.
comprehend
Big-
it.
big
all right?
brain.
No, that's not what I'm saying, man. I'm saying,
but it's like kind of okay. I'm gonna say that this is probably a very common thing when you're in the studio because
Okay.
if you're doing like, especially if you're gonna get into a rhythm, and
Yeah.
like you have to like psych yourself up to get into it, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm sure
I've heard.
that
Yeah, go ahead.
most popular like verses, features, full songs, everything. I'm sure that there's a lot of like, you vocally, and if you see someone freestyle, you vocally like psych yourself up, get into the rhythm while psyching yourself up, and then you get into it. So I think it's just that.
okay, yeah,
I just don't know why they didn't cut it. It's kind of like Jeopardy by Run the Jewels, where Killer Mike is hyping himself up. That is some of the hardest shit I've ever heard. That is like, that's
that
a Jeopardy.
Let's go LP.
If I'm about to bench, and if I'm about to bench in the gym, I queue up Jeopardy start it, do my like chest stretches, and when he start, but like get into it with him. So I feel like it was trying to do that kind of thing, but I just don't know why they didn't cut it from this one.
Yeah,
because it doesn't do anything.
I feel like it literally is. It could. I feel like it doesn't add or take away.
Well, there you go. 33% of the audience, it's a joke that lands, and then the others of us just go, "I'm gonna ignore this 10 seconds."
Wait, Nick, did you say the joke does land?
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, dude, I still don't know how to feel about it.
Jordan, we have the same headphones.
No.
You gotta turn Nick's volume up some.
Wait, what?
You gotta turn Nick's volume up some. I feel like you missed some of the shit. Like when all three of us talking, I can hear all of us equally.
Quiet
But I feel like you don't hear Nick as much.
Okay, fine. I turned Nick up. You're both at 100 though for me.
Turn me up, bro.
Yeah,
Turn me up.
I've got Nick on like 125.
Oh, okay. But how loud do you have me though?
Like 90.
Okay. Everybody says they turn me down because I'm too loud, but it's okay.
Yo, turn me up, bro.
I'm
sorry.
But
I'm sorry, audio listener.
I like the weather wordplay in this one, where he says like, I got summer hating on me.
That was a pretty
hotter
good,
than something. Got spring hating on, but
I haven't sprung.
Yeah,
or whatever. Yeah,
that winter was hating on me because I'm colder than y'all, and I would never fall. That one.
Man, I got summer hating on me cause I'm hotter than the sun. Got spring hating on me cause I ain't never sprung. Winter hating on me cause I'm colder than y'all. And I would never fall.
Good.
Yeah. That
but just
was,
the very first line uttered, just the
talented writer.
Yeah.
It's the delivery for me.
Just the very first line, even just the to you forever, for me to you. I heard somebody say church, I'ma need to it's just it flows so well for me, and it just sounds so good. It just sounds so good. It's
like I said, he's very his flows are very good. His writing's very good. The only detraction, which is unfortunate because it's like the most obvious or apparent, is his like method of vocal delivery. Same reason why like I don't listen to a lot of T-Pain, even though I love T-Pain as a person. Like when he announces his actual restaurant, I will make a trip and go eat at T-Pain's restaurant. I'm sure I would.
Yeah, me too.
It'll be years after it opens because I'm not going to put my name down on the list. But but I just overall cannot really fuck with his music because it's so heavy autotune, which is fine. That's the style they've chosen. I respect it. I still respect them as like talented at their craft. It's just their method of expressing their craft. I just can't really, I'm not just going to sit there and cue it up,
You're right.
I didn't realize what I was doing by wearing this Andy Schaaf sweatshirt tonight. This is the exact same thing you did on the Andy Schaaf episode where countless times we would just be talking about the music and you say, listen, I love the writing. I love the sound of it, but his vocal delivery is just, I just can't get it. I just can't get it. And I feel like the listener had to, I don't know. Obviously, I got tired of it because I was like towards the end of that episode, I was getting kind of pissed off. But,
kind of mad. Was that wasn't the one you got legitimately mad in?
No. That wasn't one of the few that I actually like popped off on. You guys got to get me to pop off on camera one time.
True.
I know. Now that we're on the, I wish that we had cameras turned on for the fucking re-rating episode where me and Jordan talked about action bars. We were like, I just don't understand what you're talking about.
I hardly
was good enough to make that was a social clip on the Instagram at
I hardly ever even get mad in
Instagram.
Real life. So
exactly
the times I get mad on this podcast. Great.
That's like I have been in a relationship with Vic for. In June, it will have been 5 years. We've been married since October, but nothing about our relationship changed after marriage. I don't know if that's the not having a religion tie into it. It just kind of, we've just been chilling before and after the wedding. But like, we've been together for almost 5 years. I think Vic has legitimately seen me mad.
A lot of times.
3 times. I'm a person who I also don't like. I'll get frustrated and vent, but after I vent for 30 seconds, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But but sometimes there are just moments where it's like, what's that stupid Facebook shirt? I'm a nice guy. You don't want to, but when I get mad, you'd rather see Satan like walk on earth or some shit like that. It's like, yeah, when I'm legitimately mad, I don't know. I'm not like I don't, it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm going to start breaking shit. It's just like, I just need an hour and then I'll calm down. But for the most part, it's frustration. So yeah, but I think, and so so the same for you. I've known you for a long time and I don't think I've seen you mad on a handful of times. One of which was when a restaurant forgot the tomato on your BLT that you got to go.
Right.
And then the tomato we had in our apartment had gone bad, so you couldn't even.
Oh no, not
it was always. It's always little things. It's always just like the straw that breaks the camel's back, and I'm like, all right, like you said, no one can talk to me for an hour. I need to listen to some music. I'm gonna go
remove myself from interacting with people. I'll be back in an hour and I'll be fine. But for now, I just need to mentally process what's going on. Yeah. And so the action brought, I hate that we didn't get that shit on camera. That was so fucking funny. God, that was so funny.
That was a situation where, you know, after I said that, I was like, I was fine. But
yeah, exactly.
I had to speak my piece.
You did. Yeah. Well, because we had done that with like 10 albums before, or not even 10 albums, because that was, when was Action Bronson? It was an early one. Maybe that was episode 10. But we kind of had done that with I know we did that with No Worries. And I think Jordan said that for Mechanical Bull. So with like every album that you had picked, we said that for. And then that was just kind of the boiling over moment. That was so fucking funny. And after that, you were fine. Yeah. That was a good time. But back to this one, Jordan, where do you want to take us?
Into the therapy gecko section of this podcast.
I love how just different every single vibe of every episode of this podcast is week to week. I just appreciate it.
I'm sure the listener loves that too.
Yeah, Adam, David, and Adam, David, Ethan, and Craig and Bailey are huge fans, and maybe some other people.
That's the draw. The draw is the surprise. It's not there. There's no constant vibe.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Is this going to be a 10 a.m. on a Saturday Steady Glow by In Her Own Words episode? Or is this going to be a Circles by Mac Miller where someone's about to cry episode? You know, you never know. You know, we run the spectrum. So
Jordan's about to cry, wanting to talk about this album right now.
Jordan, yes. I know this is an album that Jordan really enjoys. Jordan, where do you want to take us next on this journey?
I was going to say Jay-Z's feature, awesome in that.
Mm-hmm.
In case you're wondering, I'm right here in my chair with my crown and my dear Queen Bee as I share my time with my ear. Young Carter, go farther, go further, go harder. Is that not why we came? And if not, then why bother? Show no mercy in Marcy and lagers. I'm far from being the bastard that Marcy had fathered. Now my name's being mentioned with the martyrs, the Biggies and the Pocs and the Marleys and the Marcuses. Garvey got me a Molotov cocktail flow. Even if you box well, can't stop the blows. Kaboom, the rock boy in the room. The dope boy just came off the spoon. Also, I'm so fly, I'm on autopilot. What guys just stare at my wardrobe. I see euros, that's right, plural. I took so much change from this rap game, it's your goal.
I like that. They call them April babies because they fools. I think that's a funny line also.
That's pretty good. It's my sister, and just the fucking dumbass.
Hey, Mr. Carter. And like the way the beat kind of responds to also like they're talking. He's like, where have you been? And then he's like, I've been around the world, but I'm back again. And then he goes like, they've been asking, they've been wondering why. And then like they kind of answer like to the beat. I don't know. I feel like that's like a interaction that doesn't happen a lot. Like
Mr. Carter was a highlight for sure for me on the album.
Like that one. And then, well, we got to talk about A Milli. Maybe one of the most famous
I would
songs
say
ever.
This 6 foot, 7 foot.
7 foot. How to Love.
No Love.
How to Love and Drop the World would probably be the if someone's gonna know a Lil Wayne song, it's gonna be one of those four, I think.
Or right above it. I feel there's a lot of iconic ones, but yes.
But A Milli was huge. It was everywhere.
Was huge.
Like everyone knew.
It might be his most like played song ever.
Like everyone knew that.
Yeah.
Your money.
Mac, I'm gone now. A millionaire, I'm a young money millionaire, tougher than Nigerian hair. My criteria compared to your career just isn't fair. I'm a venereal disease, like a menstrual.
To the point where like people still make like references to that.
Yeah, people still.
Yeah.
And again, the beat consistent throughout the whole thing, really, except maybe like a second or two in the middle. I forget when, but I swear it cuts out for like maybe a little bit, but maybe it doesn't. But it's literally just a milli the whole time. I think this is more just like him just rapping and just all that like lyricism. I don't think he like. I feel like he didn't like he probably did write it down and like think about it, but like that was just.
And I feel like that might be where like I recognize it as a classic, but I don't cue it up because it doesn't really offer much for me for like how I experience music. You know,
this is definitely in like the more non sequitur kind of his music where he's just kind of rapping.
Kind of room lady.
He's just kind of rapping and rhyming, but it doesn't really follow a certain like pattern.
Yeah.
You know? Couldn't say all the lyrics in today's society. Probably good. You know. I don't know if you caught that.
Any like 20 like
I know
rap music.
I know. I want to know if you caught that at all because it's hard to hear sometimes. Okay.
No, it was.
He said call him Dennis Rodman. And I was like, I don't know how to feel about this lyric. I don't. Is he calling? Yeah. Is he saying Dennis Rodman's gay or something? I don't really know. But
yeah, Dennis Rodman is. He might be my favorite crazy person. Shia LaBeouf's also a really good one too, though.
Which one was less abusive?
Dude, what?
I think Dennis.
Was Dennis Rodman abusive? I don't know that he was abusive. He just like was just kind of crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why you got to go with Dennis Rodman because I was a Shia fan for a long time, and then I heard about.
Yeah, and then once you hear that side, and you're like, yeah, never mind.
All right, we're turning off serious mode. Turn it off.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Let me just look something up. Also,
talk about a lyric referencing shit. I'm sure there's one in this.
Okay. Also, he says something. He says like, "What's a goon to a goblin?" Which is also, as you go through people's discographies, especially in rap, they re-say stuff a lot. So when I listen to Pop Smoke, there's a bunch of references to like other like songs sometimes where he'll repeat the same lyrics over, but it'll be like on a different beat or something. And I'm like, to me, that's cool because it's like, that's his style. He's repping like a lyric. And so I've heard What's a Goon to a Goblin in like two of his other songs. I know it's in We Steady Mobbin', where I go like, we be steady mobbin'. Okay, you're a goon, but what's a goon to a goblin? Yeah. And like, I don't know, just referencing, and even like, I'ma be on this team, me, mama, I'ma push it down. I'm pretty sure Kanye references that somewhere else, and I know it's in a Lil Wayne song on the Carter 5,
he does,
which is kind of cool.
And I always enjoy kind of like that, like, I don't know, this is very simplified. This has no nuance. Okay. But I kind of enjoy the like C is greater than B is greater than A, like comparisons in rap songs. Like one of my favorite, like, I guess it's not a Kanye line, but one of my favorite parts of any song that Kanye's had a hand in is Frank's fucking hook on No Church in the Wild, where he says, what is it? What's
a god to a king?
What's a king to a god? What's a god to a king? What's a king to a non-believer or something like that? I have to actually look it up. Okay. I was talking about it with y'all before the podcast, but this IPA is great, but it is 9% and I haven't eaten since a breakfast burrito at 11 a.m. So I'm kind of fucked up right now.
Ew.
But I do have to look this up because dude, Frank Ocean saying this, it goes so unbelievably hard to me. Human beings in a mob. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to a non-believer who don't believe anything? Will you make it out alive? All right. No church in the wild. But that shit, anytime there's like that kind of comparison, like A less than B less than C, slut for it. I love it. I don't know why. It goes really hard to me because it's like you're acknowledging that this person is in like a good position, but you're like, yeah, but I'm better. Like Fire Squad with I'm fucking dumb. J. Cole, Fire Squad off of 2014. He says that where it's like, talk about like, you know, who's going to wear the crown? I took it from you and then destroyed the crown because why have like kings and rap when we're all just doing this? That kind of shit. I always really enjoy that. Just wanted to.
Because it's good
throw it
marketing,
out there.
Jamie.
But I'm a little drunk, so it went a little longer.
I got you.
Than I intended.
But a Millie, I still think has one of the best beats ever. Whoever made that beat, love it.
It's great. It reminds me of Bonfire by Childish Gambino.
Yeah,
Like,
another one that there are some lyrics in it. It doesn't hold up, but it sucks because the lyrics that do hold up on that song are unbelievably hard.
Yeah,
and then you look at Donald Glover, who's like 5'4" and just like chilling,
shaven face at the time, probably short hair.
Yeah.
Writing corny jokes for
Community, and then hear
30 Rock
like,
at the time.
Yeah. He like look at that guy, and then hear just lyrics on that song.
You're not allowed to say any
of
the lyrics.
Damn,
Actually,
you can't.
You literally can't say any. No, you literally cannot say any of it.
Made the beat that murdered it. Call it Casey Anthony. Like just insane shit. Where I'm like, oh my god, that is super hard. And that's like a light one that you probably shouldn't make that reference now. There's some other ones on that one where you're like, objectively, at the time this went hard, but now it's like, yeah, we've kind of emotionally as a society kind of gotten past that point.
Yeah. And so also moving on to the next song, Got Money, I was not actually a huge fan of for some reason.
Hated it.
Really?
That's
the T-Pain song, right?
I know, yeah. I don't know. I don't think they meshed well at all.
I know that's why Jamie didn't like it. But
No. That's not why I didn't like it. There wasn't anything to it. Like there wasn't any substance that it brought me.
It was catchy.
I don't know. It seemed like they seemed too different. Like they seemed too different
off for me from that song. There was one part where I was like neutral about it, and then I was like, yeah, never mind. This guy goes in the like.
I don't love the beat, and I don't.
The beat's kind of just
really love how T-Pain sounds.
Yeah.
Either.
Oh, Sleepy Nick caught it on the podcast.
Boy.
Oh,
the high noons and it being late or kicking in.
Might get a little grumpy later.
He's gonna get angry.
But so I didn't really have a bunch to say to that one, except I didn't love it.
Yeah, that literally was my notes as well.
Comfortable though, the very beginning was like, I'm not saying anything to kill.
I liked
the
departure, kind of.
Dude, the background vocals or whatever they're
Nick's singing fucking Beyonce, or at least that's what I thought when Nick just said, yeah.
I love the way these soft vocals or like this dude just singing in the background pairs with Wayne rapping in this.
Yeah. That's all I ask, baby. Somebody else. Don't you ever get too comfortable. Yeah, to the left. If you wanna leave, be my guest. You can step.
That I did like the juxtaposition. Oh my god, I need to drink some water.
Jamie needs some bread.
I did really like this was one where I liked the juxtaposition between the like soft, relaxed. It's like whenever Kanye does shit over like gospel beats.
Yeah.
There's just something about it where I'm like,
but they didn't like Jesus is King for some.
Do you know
that, Jordan making the soupy time faces on the podcast?
Soupy time? That's the rock face.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, but it was co-opted as an ironic meme by the.
Okay.
But I see what you mean now.
Okay. What were you saying, Nick? Sorry.
Bro, we're stupid.
Dude, I don't know.
Okay, but that
co-opted as an ironic meme. What are you talking about?
I don't even know either. But anyways, Jamie, that song I feel like you would also would like because it is very like
the straw man fallacy.
It's not a like it's not like a heavy beat, you know. It's not
right. It's like a lighter.
It sounds more like
kind of chiller mood, and then you have kind of the different vocal delivery. Kind of it stands out more.
Which I feel like you haven't really experienced a lot of Wayne on that type of music, just based on the albums I've done and the songs that he's featured on. To be honest, like usually it's very intense.
But I would say what's very funny is that I hated hearing him on Dawn FM, which is the exact same level of like chill vibe to Wayne's delivery, at least for me. But for some reason, I didn't like it enough to like write down specifics on this album, but I will happily pile on to saying it was cool to hear. But in Dawn FM, that was my low point on the album, was his feature.
I could honestly see that if you liked Wayne. But that you can like actually hear a guitar in this song being played, you know, where it's usually like just straight beats. And so
yeah,
that was cool. I did like that song a lot. But then also moving on
for sure.
to Dr. Carter, which I think I think it's in the middle for me, but as far as just like production goes, I think this is one, like, I think it borders on being like an art piece a little bit and like an actual song, because during the song there's a lot of interlude in this song, you know?
Right.
It breaks
the first
up
song that I saved from the album.
Okay. I can see why, but it's like if I'm driving a little bit, you know, I don't want to hear the like okay, what do we got to look at this patient? You know, like I like it for what it is, but I don't think I like it as a song, if I can say that perhaps.
Right.
Like,
which is, I enjoy this because you in this position is me up until this point on this album.
Yeah.
Where I like it for what it is, but listening to it, but like this one for me, I just, the like out of the blue, like creativity. Yeah. And like
I love it. I love it in that sense.
It's like a
it almost sounds
narrative.
like a common beat.
Yeah. It's like a very common-esque, like, okay, I don't know, some tribe shit where it's like the beat's cool, but it's not the star of the show.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I think I might glean something from, and then, I mean, it's still like he's talking about, it's still a very like braggadocious type of narrative where it's like, I'm so, you know, like good at this that I'm helping these things, but it's like, framing it as like you're a doctor in like an ICU and you're saving these you're doing like drip transplants.
His flow is so bad, and he's like, "Let me get my gloves on."
And he's like, "Let me get my," and then he like kind of, his delivery is related to that, where it's like he's weaving between bragging and like instructing how to like just be cooler, and so like it's a very it's like if a rap song had a frame narrative type of structure, it's some kind of weird fucking. It's like 1.5 perspective instead of first or second person. You're like 1.5 person perspective. It's very weird, but I thought it was like just out of the blue, very cool. And I was like,
I think it's very cool,
very interesting. And that was the first moment on the album where I was like, okay, this is unexpected and like just an incredible burst of creativity. I thought it was very cool. Nice. I liked it.
I'm glad there was at least like one or two.
There were a few moments.
Yeah. I'm glad. Because I also heard this song. Like, there's a lot of songs where it's like Mr. Carter, Dr. Carter, Mrs. Officer.
Right.
That's it. But
we'll get into that one.
We'll talk about this later. But I also thought, again, I love this song for it being a creative, I think it's very creative.
It is a not typically.
Yes,
I would refer to as a Jordan song. It is not.
I think it interrupts too much to be a song that I like love, but I like it for it being creative, and that's pretty much what it is.
Makes sense.
That's what I like about it.
Makes sense.
Nick, do you have anything you want to say about that one or no?
Not much to add past what you guys said. Like, it was one of my favorites. It's like top 3 or 4 on the album, but yeah, it was one that kind of pulled me in. That I was just listening to the album while I was at work, and I was like, okay, this beat is different. Like, what's going on? I liked it a lot, like Jamie said.
But now we need to hear from the aliens from planet Wheezy, which is Phone Home.
Uh-huh.
Greetings from planet Wheezy.
Not a huge fan of that one.
I think that was like my least favorite song, possibly.
I think the phone home Wheezy is like catchy. But that's like, I feel like that's the only part I really loved right now.
Yeah. Just
like the chanting. The chanting got me a little bit because it's easy to like get along to a song if like there's chanting in it. You know, you're like it is performed in a crowd. Everybody's chanting, Wheezy fuck. Like, I don't know. That's like a little bit like hype for me, but I don't know if I love it.
It's a skip for me, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't love this song. We can honestly skip this one because I don't really have much to say about it. Which I thought more people would like it, like just in general, just thinking about it when I listened to it. But I was like, I don't really like this song that much either. But, then we go to one of those more slower songs on the album as well. Tie My Hands featuring Robin Thicke.
I really like the song, minus the Robin Thicke part. Apart from that, the song is the song's very good.
Wait, apart from what? Sorry,
just Robin Thicke's name.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna. That's what I thought you said. But
yeah, I really fuck with the beat and like the vibey guitar and like the vocal harmonies that are kind of throughout the thing. Also, I think it's around like the 4-minute mark, maybe 4:10. There's like some like really good staggered vocals in there, and that's really good. That's always like a big draw to me. I really like that part of the album or that song a lot.
A shot in the dark. We ain't trying to do nothing but hit the heart. We need love. That's all, y'all. That's all. Yeah. Born right here in the USA.
It's very enjoyable.
Yeah. I again, this isn't really my type. I think I like Comfortable a little bit more because it's a little bit more. How do I say it's a little bit more?
I think it's a little catchier. It's a little more up.
Yeah,
it's a little more like they're both pretty pop centric, but but yeah, it's just catchier. I mean,
yeah, I think so too.
It's a bit brighter of a vibe.
Yeah, because Babyface, I'm pretty sure that's Babyface singing in the background. That's why he's credited on the song. But it's like,
okay,
don't want to say him. Whereas like in Tie My Hands, Robin Thicke's just like very softly singing in the background, just not really on a beat. Like obviously they're all on beat, but it's a lot more somber than
it is. No, I got you.
Jamie left. I know he's gonna cut this part out. I'm gonna go pee real quick too because I need to go pee really badly.
I guess I'll go too.
Sorry.
Hi, listener.
We're back. We had to take a brief break. I guess for the listener, it was barely anything. Yeah, Mrs. Officer was pretty fucked. Just thought it was a weird, like if you think about the situation. No, I don't like it.
Like the officer was
a weird
pretty fucked
power
by Lil Wayne?
dynamic thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like when he said, and she know I'm raw, she know I'm from the streets, and all she want me to do is fuck the police. Like that.
The law, and she know I'm raw. She know I'm from the street, and all she want me to do is fuck the police. Talking about.
That was funny. That was so funny.
That was so funny.
But it's still a weird
dynamic. Okay, I feel like
yes.
I feel like he sets that up though
so seriously. Like it's just funny.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it.
See, Jamie, to me, you couldn't get into that song. I thought that song was gonna be a highlight.
This was my favorite song on the album. It was so funny.
It is also tied for my favorite song as well. I think on this album.
That is so fucking funny.
But it was hilarious.
So funny.
Jamie, I think the dynamic is to set up jokes more than anything, not to be like.
But I still just felt weird. I don't know. I don't know why. I couldn't.
This is the peak moment of the TikTok guy being like, "Sorry, I just can't listen to Future." Have you tried listening to Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole?
No, it's not that. I
don't know, dude.
I don't know. There's just
this song is good. Like this song is catchy. This song,
it's catchy,
even his lyrics not like included. The funny parts. This song is just amazing. Cause when I get up all in ya, and we can see the sunrise before us, and then I'm in that thing. That part is catchy and it sounds amazing, you know?
Bobby Valentino.
When I get up all in ya, we can hear the angels calling us, and we can see the sunrise before us. And when I'm in that thing, I make that body say, you know what I mean? Say,
It's just so funny.
You wouldn't get it, bro. I'm upping my rating exponentially right now. Just to offset your low rating.
Offsetting. I didn't say my rating was gonna be low.
Oh, we know.
Okay, wait. What was there any other specific lines, Nick, on this one?
That was my favorite one. There's something that the guy who's featured, he says something later that's really funny, but I forget. Let me see if I wrote it down. It's hard for me to reference my notes with my current awful setup, but
they sing really well on here too.
Yeah, I don't know. All I put in my notes was could solve the police crisis, but Lil Wayne single-handedly. Lil Wayne is Kendall Jenner holding the Pepsi.
Oh shit! He's our Pepsi. That show is crazy. I forgot about that, dude. I don't know why. I just for some reason I could not get out of my head with the fucking postulating the power dynamics of the situation if the roles were reversed enough to like.
Dude, you literally sound like Jaden Smith right now. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
How dare you?
You're like, dude. Why aren't we talking about the socioeconomic crises of this song? Why is Lil Wayne comparing police to people he'd like to fuck, dude? This is just
it was I don't know. It's just more so like throwaway lines that hint that it was like planned by the police officer, which a police officer, you know, pulling over attractive people they want to fuck and using their power to fuck them is an ongoing issue. And I just
see. I don't know.
I have no idea. I just for whatever I could not get into it.
Let's go.
I don't know, man. I don't. It's so funny that you both are like highlight on the album, and I was like, hated it.
It's so
I didn't hate it. There were definitely funny lines. But it was definitely one where I was like, should not make this one.
I feel like we've never disagreed harder on this album.
That is so funny. Actually
on this podcast, I feel like we've never disagreed.
Staunch opposition.
I can't say it's literally my favorite song because Amelia is legendary.
It is.
But I don't know. It's very funny.
Sorry, Jamie, you should put me in a weird position. I don't.
Jordan supports. Just kidding.
No, I don't support.
You went over it. We can't make.
No, I know. I'm just like it's like I think Lil Wayne, like, oh, dude. Sorry, bro, I want to explain it to you, but I know that you already know, and you just can't think about it that way. But I'm like, dude,
yeah, it's like I get that it's just a like.
Listen, bro, no police are involved. It's Lil Wayne's wanting to fuck a police officer, so then he makes that police officer want to fuck him. It's not really, the power dynamic of police actually wanting to fuck.
He says, I make her wear nothing but handcuffs and heels, and I beat it like a cop.
I still think the funniest lyric is she just want me to say fuck the police.
Yeah. I actually don't know.
Fucking funny.
Rodney. Man. Okay, well that lyric's a little. He says
that one goes a little.
Rodney King, baby, beat it like a cop, and apparently he was a victim of police brutality.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. I think that isn't that what spurred the LA riots in the 90s.
Yeah. I actually just looked that up. I actually didn't know who he was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, see, they're
that
funny
lyric
lines,
is,
but just overall, it's I don't know. It's a subject I feel passionately about. So it's like I
got you.
Not to discount the two of you, but for some I just couldn't get out of my own head enough to appreciate it just from a purely comedic standpoint.
Yeah, what did it be is like this song is like clearly about sex, like from the beginning. Right. So it read more as like a bad porno or some shit than like an actual like like I pulled you over today. You know how fast you were going or something like that. Like
right.
Like this was set up in this way. So like we don't need to talk about like the outside stuff. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like This was not set up as a serious talk about like policing in America.
That. I just couldn't get into it. But I did really fuck with Let the Beat Build.
I also did like that song too.
I enjoyed that one. Like it was a neat, like similar idea of Let There Be Rock by AC/DC, where it's like calling out an instrument. Okay, now I'm gonna add it in, and then by the end of it, you get like the kind of complete picture, and then you're like fucking with it. And
like a rap song tutorial by Injury Reserve.
Yeah, same kind of thing where I'm just like, I just enjoy that. What's he fucking say? I thought it was pretty hard approving $1 million deals from my iPhone. Because at the time, an iPhone, like, the screen was the size of a fucking thimble. Because it was like an iPhone 3 at that point or some shit. And so it's like, yeah, I'm making so much fucking money just like casually. Yeah. Just open it, like while I'm taking a piss. I'm like, yeah. Okay, sure. I make $5 million.
I did an interview with GQ while taking a shit.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
I was gonna say I also like this one, but I think I'm gonna have to listen to it a few more times before I actually like love it.
The kill switch part is pretty hard.
How you wanna do it? We can do it like we late. Hey, wait, please don't let me just get the 808. As I hit the kill switch. Now that's how you let the beat build, bitch. That's how you let the beat build, bitch.
I do like that. And then he goes,
cuts out, and then it's just the 808. It's like
he goes rap god mode.
That's how I let the.
He goes freaking Eminem mode.
Yeah, what's his name says like, I'm gonna let me hit the kill switch, and that's how you let the beat build, bitch. And then it like comes back in. That part, I'm like, okay, that was a tough moment.
It was cool.
You know what song is really, really big? I feel like it's a pretty famous song that I absolutely hate.
Please don't say it.
It's Lollipop. Trash song.
You made
trash song.
Jordan's tweaking.
Jordan's going through withdrawals. Trash song.
Dude, there's no way you don't like that song.
There was 100% away, and it's this way.
I actually didn't like it that much either.
Okay, I feel like I feel like this one is an acquired taste. Actually, I think this one is acquired taste. When I first heard it, it seemed a little bit off to me as well. Like just a little bit, not enough where like it seemed like I didn't get it, but I was okay with liking it, but I didn't know why I liked it. Like it was like weird, you know?
There is nothing. The only redeemable thing about this song to me is the very early 2000s, like that sound.
He's so sweet, I wanna let the rap her. So I let it.
Kind of like what you hear. A good example would be "Low" by Flow Rida.
My bad.
Shorty got low.
Yeah, it's that song, and so that I'm like, okay, I nostalgia factor. I like that.
I think it's called "Get Low."
But lyrically, no, it's Low. It's Low featuring T-Pain.
Get Low
off of Mail on Sunday by Flow Rida.
Okay.
Jamie, that's the album?
Dude, that's a good album, bro.
Only because it's a hilarious fucking picture of Flow Rida wearing a black wife beater in front of just a P.O. box wall behind him. It's so fucking funny. And then you realize, his name is fucking Florida.
Yeah, that never occurred to me.
From Florida. Yeah.
But
like Will I Am.
Jamie.
But the lyrics of this song,
William.
I should never hear Lil Wayne's voice talking about getting his dick sucked.
You might not want to listen to like most of his discography, but what's that? He said like in that
he said shit like he said hump in a song, unironically.
This is also 2008. I feel like that was a little more acceptable. But.
I feel like you should never say the word hump.
But
in a song, hump is what like dogs do to like fucking toys, and you're like, stop humping the stuffed bear or whatever. It's not. But like if someone said, "Yo, you know,"
nope, don't say it. Don't say it.
You know,
stop. Don't do it,
bro. You wanna hump me? No, that you leave.
Why did you do it?
It's a hard pass. Well, because you said not to, so I had to.
I'm leaving.
Okay, I feel like
do you at least like lady lumps? I hate it when Fergie says it, and I don't want to hear Wayne say it.
I was about to ask about Fergie because I was like, I think Fergie says this also, but
yeah, I don't like it when she says it. I really hate it when Wayne says it.
But do you at least like the chorus where it goes like, "Shorty wanna thug, 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 bottles in the club." Like I feel like that's a good
honestly,
part.
I hated the rest of it so much I couldn't I couldn't even fuck with that. I hated listening.
I think hearing the words "jerp, jerp" also threw me off the first time I heard it. Like she told me back it up like burp, burp, and she made that ass jump like jerp, jerp. I was like, I've never heard these words in my life ever.
I mean, this wasn't the most hard pass song on this album for me, but I did not enjoy listening to it.
I don't know.
I listened to the album for like 3 times. This was one I was comfortable skipping.
Okay. I don't know. Just
I'm
like
not gonna glean from this.
Just like the dude, his voice. It sounds so nice. Just the shorty wanna thug, thug, like the repetition. And
I mean, maybe that would have been
bottles
fine,
in the club.
I hated every other part of the song.
Shorty wanna thug, you know you like to touch your lovely lady love.
Bottles in the club. Shorty wanna hug. You know I like to touch your lovely lady love. Shorty wanna thug.
I don't know. His voice sounds amazing. The beat sounds amazing because it's like a little bit angelic in that part.
So how did you feel about? So if you kind of like that vibe, how did you feel about La La? La La? I don't know how the inflection is on there.
Yeah,
because that was the song that I was tragically let down by. Because that song starts off potentially as like an incredibly hard banger. Mm-hmm. Because anytime there's like the kid, you've got like the kid sample, and then like like this one starts as like the kid saying the like la 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 thing, and it's that kind of vibe. Except when the loop ends the first time, and there should be a build up, and then a really hard 808 hit, and like bass coming in, it doesn't come in.
David Banner.
Sitting in the caddy, right like Betty.
Until it does a second loop, and by then I've already been let down.
Yeah,
because I'm expecting like a Heat Waves-esque. You have like the slight build, and then it's like the upbeat, and then like super hard, and you go into it. Instead,
I think I agree with that.
You get edged, and so then it loops again. So you're like, oh, surely on the second one, and it comes in on like the upbeat of 3, and then like sounds like they're recording it with a 1950s tin can.
Floating up the aisle like the bride and her daddy. Hip hop addict. Man, I swear I'm on top like the addict. Yeah, bitch, I be with my dog like Shaggy. And we stay clean, but we get dirty like Harry.
Microphone. Like there's no bass for the first 30 seconds.
Where were you at in 2008 when they were recording this, dude? They needed you.
Dude, whoever was miking up shit in the studio and or selecting the like drum machine to use, this was a producer fail.
Yeah.
This was a producer miss. Not fail.
I'll definitely say there's something. I think I'd agree. I think there's a little something.
YouTube, but
I think there's
like the whole song just felt lacking for me.
I think it does lack just a little something. But
it literally, that build at the beginning, if at the end of the loop you heard a little bit of a rise, and then there was just a like super just fucking, even just a single 808 just hit and then kind of like decay, that would go so unbelievably hard. So much that like I want to make a remix of the song and give it what it could have been. But instead, whole time I was just let down the entire song.
No. I do like. I think I do agree with you. It's a little. I mean, it definitely does miss. It's missing some instruments or production or some beats.
And like the add-ins of like the came here whatever, but now I'm balling or something like that. That went hard. If that went the whole time with but then the song kept going and the bass never came in on the 1. Yeah. It only ever came in on like the and of 3, and so it just felt like whoever like constructed the beat just doesn't have a good internal sense of rhythm. It just felt off the whole time for me. I could not. I wanted to love it, and instead I was just saddened. But he did rhyme shit with ballin', or he rhymed toilet with ballin'. So, got to give props for that.
Nigga, I'm the shit. Get the fuck about my toilet.
True.
I don't know. I'm the shit. Get the fuck up out my toilet. That's funny as fuck. But
yeah, that is it.
Apart from that, my only notes for that song where I was just crestfallen.
Yeah, I don't think I.
Oh, Nick's sleepy Nick.
All right, let's bust it out. What are we at? We're only at 1:30, bro. We're only at 1:30.
Pussy Monster, dog shit song.
Yeah, I don't really like that either.
Dog shit.
I don't really like that either.
Hard pass. Hard fucking pass.
Yeah, I can't listen to it.
I didn't. I just felt
we
disgusted.
We can
the whole
also
time.
just skip that one.
Hated that one. Yeah. Oh, all I wrote was hard fucking pass. So yeah. I'm fine with that. And then don't get it. Fire ass intro.
Whoa, wait. Last thing. You ain't got nothing?
I like the beat.
I had nothing for it.
Wait. Did I do the wrong? Hold on. Never mind. Actually, yeah. Never mind. We'll skip that one too. I don't really have many notes for that one.
Okay.
But don't get it. I was going to say, I recognized who the sample was from immediately.
Baby, you understand me now. If sometimes you see that I'm mad, don't you know no one alive can always be an angel? When everything goes wrong, you see some bad. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
What's understood ain't gotta be explained.
See, like I didn't, but it was.
I know I've heard it before, but I'm not sure what it's from.
Well, no, I didn't know what it was from. I recognized her voice from other songs.
Okay.
Now let me wait. Did you guys look it up? Don't say it out loud.
No,
Jamie,
I didn't.
Jamie, did you look it up?
I didn't. No, I just was like, damn, who is that?
A little hint, just because I've been listening to her a little bit more. It's the same woman. It's Nina Simone. That does the man. I can understand how it might be kind of hard to love a girl like me. I don't blame you. Off of Famous,
right?
Yeah.
That I reckon I'm kind of proud. I'm kind of proud of myself because I recognized her voice and was like, is that Nina Simone? And then I looked up what the sample was, and it was Nina Simone, and I added the song to my playlist.
But who was like the male voice that was sampled though?
Oh, I don't know, dude. I was talking about the.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
I was talking about the beginning female voice and the one that I don't know.
You're not talking about Jamie. How did you not think of the signature portion of the song that's in the chorus and in the intro?
He's like, no, I'm talking about the 3-second one at like 7 minutes and 33 seconds, dude.
Sorry, you like the song more than I do. I'll stop talking. I'm sorry.
Regardless, though, yes, it's a very good one.
Nina Simone intros this. I think it's sampled. She doesn't sing that shit, but
right.
It's just off of another one song. But this is another reason why I'm getting into her, dude. She has such she just sings very well, and I feel like her music is very good.
She's like Aretha Franklin. She's just a great classic vocalist.
Absolute hits. But yeah, so whole fucking thing, fire ass intro, as we've just talked about.
Let's be honest. Most of the song is him talking about issues. To be honest,
well, the first part isn't though,
yeah.
and I know. Once again, it's like a good melding of his because this isn't his typical stuff. Even when he's not doing the spoken word, just talking, his delivery at the beginning isn't as saturated and over the top as it typically is. And so I actually really liked that fitting with the laid back vibe, vibey kind of nature of the whole thing. Yeah, and I don't know. I really fucked with the whole spoken word part, just talking about various issues and shit like that. Calling out fucking Al Sharpton. That shit was funny as fuck.
That was funny.
That was so fucking funny. Yeah, killer ending line. Of course I didn't write down what the ending line was, but I thought it was
I'm sure have gotten better in the last.
since this came out.
Yeah, we definitely wouldn't.
Shit, guys. Sorry, none of them have gotten better.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
Yikes.
We wouldn't in like 12 years have like just things coming to a head in the summer or anything. We didn't. That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy, bro.
That'd be crazy. We, definitely not, right? Yeah. But no.
But him just talking about like people on minor drug offenses are in jail, but like pedophiles just have to like show you a piece of paper, but they're allowed to like move into your neighborhood. Like,
right.
I don't know. He's rapping about shit that he like really cares about. I don't know if he's.
Yeah. No, I really fucked with that. I really like the song. Like
Lil Wayne
it was
is
all really
based?
good.
Question mark. Based and red pilled? Question
I wouldn't say overall. But yeah, I mean, he had some good ones, and like that thrown in with like the interstitials of like, or not interstitials, but like the parts where he's like, "Yo, I gotta fucking take off my sunglasses." Like it lended itself to like this is a very cohesive like coming from inside kind of shit. Yeah, him going on his whole like just monologue, kind of like why I really fucked with Mr. Rockefeller. Like I really like that part of that song too.
Yeah.
But what's he say? I love being misunderstood. And then like it's like someone asked him like why, I guess the engineer or whatever, he says, why? Because I live in the suburbs, but I come from the hood. And then he says bring the hook in, and then it comes back into like in the song with that. I'm like, yo, that is tight. That is a hard moment.
Let me be human by saying, fuck Al Shelton and anyone like him. Fuck if you understand me. I love being misunderstood. Why? Because I live in the suburbs, but I come from the hood. Bring the hook in.
I'm just a soul who's in.
It's very good. But yes, I don't know. That it was probably easily my high point on the album. I think it ended on a good note.
I think that was a good note to end on as well.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the album. Yeah, I don't really have anything else more to add.
I don't either.
A rating.
I'm done.
So then, Jordan, do you want to go first, and then I can go, and then Nick can go after me?
I'll give this album next week. I'll give this album an 8.5. I think it's very good. There's a couple songs I wouldn't listen to fully, which is why I think I lowered it a little bit.
Gotcha.
I think if
there were about a 5.5 for everything, but then +3 for Miss Officer. I feel you.
Okay. Yeah. Reasonable.
Yeah. Okay. If I could take off like 3 songs off the album, I think I'd give it like a 9.5 or a 10, but
okay,
maybe not a 10. I don't give a lot of things a 10, but I think like 9.5. But there are a little bit too many, like just a little bit too many songs that I wouldn't necessarily listen to.
Gotcha.
A lot.
I'm gonna have to hit it with a 5.5. I think.
Okay, that's actually not as bad as I
think.
I don't think.
I mean, well, because it was like there were very good moments, and like. A lot of that is me giving credit from a like art form perspective rather than like personal enjoyment.
Just pretend you like Miss Officer and add like 1 more point to that.
There were a few hard passes for me though on this album.
Yeah,
and so,
I got you.
So Nick, what are you gonna round it out with?
6.5. Solid.
Really?
Yep.
Gotcha.
I thought you'd be higher, Nick, but that's just me.
I'm so sorry.
Well, that puts it at a 6.83.
Can you see it in my face? I'm so sorry.
And puts it
Listeners.
And puts it at 34th. Ties for 34th actually with LSD, of which he was featured on. Obviously by Late Street Dive. After Laughter by Paramore.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and then this one. Just above AM by the Arctic Monkeys, and just below 22 A Million and Montero.
Okay. Lil Nas X type.
This album beat out Reunions from last week. That is at 36th.
What did I rate Montero again?
I don't know. You shit on it though. I remember that. 4.5.
Just wanted to hear you say it. Thank you.
I knew, dude.
Nick's grumpy.
Nick has asked too many. Now. Jamie. Nick has asked too many times for him to forget, man.
Nick,
you walked into that. I knew you were walking into
villain.
It, and I didn't stop it. And I'm sorry. I let it happen.
I just think it's funny,
bro. Like 3.5 of those points are all industry, baby.
part of that duo dropped the most mid album of the decade.
True.
A couple good songs.
Mid
One of which
Harlow?
is on Nick's mix.
Harlow.
But-
Stop it, dude. You're on hip hop Twitter too much.
So Nick, what are we listening to next week? This one's got to be put down. We gotta
Speaking of being on hip hop Twitter, next week we're gonna listen to "The Melodic Blue" by Baby Keem.
Oh, nice.
I think it'll fit in well. We're gonna record this next week after Kendrick's album has come out. I could have been a benevolent god and say we're gonna do Kendrick's album, but I feel
thought
like
about that, but I don't know that we have a precedent set for like.
I was about to
choosing
say
albums that just fully haven't come out.
I think we should always choose one that has at least been released at the time.
Well, we'll see what I choose next week. I don't know.
I think it'd be like too dense, especially just for me to be like, yeah, let's do it, and only
be.
have like
Yeah,
3 days to listen to it.
Exactly. I think that's the one we need to. In my personal opinion, I feel like we wait for that one just to listen to it a decent amount, but maybe not.
We just wait till Cole makes it on Dissect for the next season, then we'll.
Yeah.
And then we all listen to it and then regurgitate what he says.
Regurgitate. Yeah.
We listen to the episodes as they come out, and and then record our episode right after we listen to it.
I'm not convinced that I know how to read. I've just memorized a lot of words.
Let's just re-upload his podcast. Let's just download the audio file and then re-upload it.
The entire
the ads
season.
and everything.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, but I do.
That's awesome. Nick.
I do know what I'm going to choose, which is normally I don't know this far in advance, but I'm almost confident. Almost positive.
I had no idea. Today it was a
you were telling
whirlwind
us today.
thing.
I'm interested in what the other one was because you were like choosing between very different albums for this next episode.
Yeah, for a very brief moment, I thought about bringing a Shame album to the podcast, and then I thought everyone would just think I'm a freak, so I didn't do it.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna choose a Death Grips album, but
see, I've been really into Deftones lately, into Swans.
But
noise rock is just my shit.
I just like loud music. No, just volume.
Yeah, I'm more of a volume guy.
Loud music, volume.
Yep,
volume. Just feedback. Honestly, just feedback.
Loud droning noises.
But yeah, so we can just really quickly end it up with recent listenings. For me, it's been a lot of the band Flip Turnstile, Marcus King Band. Honestly, that's been a lot. It's kind of a shorter turnaround than we normally do. It's only been a few days since we last recorded.
Yeah, I was about to say. Honestly,
that's probably it for me.
I don't really have a lot of new things that I've been listening to. I've just been listening to the same stuff.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
Yeah, I get that. For the playlist, I actually did listen to like a fair bit of new music this last week, but Rolling Blackouts, Coastal Fever. I feel like I've mentioned them like a lot these past couple of weeks, but their album actually came out last Friday, and it's really good. And that new Dawes song is like amazing. I love it so much.
Is that the one that's on the playlist?
Long. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I haven't heard this yet, but this is fucking fire.
Yeah, I love it. They came out with like a concert film that they only had released this weekend, and they like took it down today. But
did you watch it?
I watched it like 2.5 times. I loved it. I loved it, and like so much that I pre-ordered the album. So
respect, you little Dawes slut.
Yep, for real.
Nick wants to go out the west.
Outside of that, the Fabio Foreign episode of How Long Gone, very good. I think Jordan enjoyed it as well. I'm not sure how much he listened to it, but I think he listened to it.
I haven't listened to any of it yet, to be honest.
What?
Yeah.
Are you just lying? The other day, didn't you text us? You definitely
definitely had the impression that you listened to like.
I think after I sent it, I realized that it sounded like that. But I did.
You definitely texted us and we're like, these guys are so funny.
No, I didn't say that. Okay, I listened to the intro after you said that, and I was like, oh, the intro's hilarious.
Okay. Maybe that's what it was.
I don't know. Whatever it was, I definitely, and it seemed like
I definitely was a little bit looser.
To,
I think I listened to the intro and I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are really funny, especially like the intro, and that made it sound like like me saying especially the intro made it sound like I listened to other parts, but no, I haven't listened.
I don't know, dude. I don't care anymore. In the episode.
That is so fucking funny.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we just want to say thanks for listening this week and watching if you did. Remember to tune in next week. We're going to be... Oh my God, hang on. I'm still laughing.
You got to finish this quick. I'm about to punch a hole in the wall.
We're going to be looking at the melodic film by Baby Keem.
What did you say?
Listen to it.
It's not even
the
right.
Melodic Blue. The melodic film. What are you reading, my guy? Even I
was
talking
when I was writing in the album for the outro. Nick was talking about.
Save me, please.
Bro, it's so funny because I'm already going to punch in on your face. As soon as Jordan said I didn't listen to it, your expression's definitely getting full zoom. So now it's just going to be mega. That's funny. Fuck. Remember to tune in next week where we're going to be listening to or talking about The Melodic Blue by Baby Keem. Be sure to listen to it. Kind of have your own thoughts and mentally join the discussion with us, as chaotic and scatterbrained as it is. And once again, if you wanted to keep up with the show or share your thoughts about this week's episode, good or bad, check out the socials. We're on Twitter at ListUpPodcast and Instagram at ListenUpPod. Those accounts, as well as our personal handles and the merch link, are going to be in the description of wherever you found this episode. Finally, if you enjoyed this episode and wanted to throw a rating or review on your respective platform our way, that'd be great. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. And yeah, other than that, for now, we'll catch you next week. And remember to listen up.